riverfront and stayed up on warm nights to lose at blackjack. I interviewed local historians and park workers and engineers. I got the phone number of a Canadian Mountie. I traced the path of the explorer La Salle as he and his band of idiots toiled up the Niagara escarpment and built the first European ship on the upper Great Lakes, guarding the worksite at night because angry Indians were trying to burn the big canoe. I bought gas and cigarettes from Smokin' Joe's trading post on the Tuscarora Reservation. I don't smoke, but they were $1 a pack. I hung around the public library bugging the librarians until, exasperated, they left me locked in for the evening. I stayed in a trailer campground in Canada and tromped all over Brock's Monument, searching for the cenotaph of the war hero's horse. I was self-appointed inspector of wax museums, halls of fame, haunted houses, historical societies, scenic tunnels, and the Evel Knievel Museum and Pawn Shop, surveyor of aquariums, water parks, and boat rides. And of course, I spent hours gazing at falling water, following the sheets of liquid that hold their shape and then disintegrate, the hypnotic contortions of the mist, the bubbling gymnastic upper rapids, and the frothy race of the lower, all of it creating a fuzzy, wraith-like picture, because Niagara, like Mount Everest or the Mississippi River, is one of those places with so many meanings layered onto it, it's almost hard to see. The Greeks had a god named Proteus, who, if you grabbed him, started endlessly changing shape, a serpent, an eagle, a lion, in the hope you would startle and let go. That's Niagara, always in motion, always transforming, and never just what it seems. A seal, a salmon, a buffalo, a two-headed calf, a two-legged dog, a baby with 3 ears. Case in point, Niagara Falls. 3 entities go by that name. 2 are towns, one in New York State, one in Ontario. Niagara Falls, New York, is by general agreement a mess. The river above the falls is lined with factories, many of them shuttered. Almost half the population and more than half the jobs have decamped since 1950, and it shows. Housing stock is crumbling, and the center city is a study in urban decay. Empty lots, boarded-up businesses, foreclosure signs. The roads are potholed, the sidewalks cracked. Someone's usually pushing a shopping cart down the street. The area around the falls is a jumble of failed attempts at urban renewal, a bankrupt mall, a foreclosed Native American museum, a shoddy row of cheap attractions, handmade signs, and pushcarts selling samosas and souvenir sweatshirts. If you can figure out which way the riverfront is, you'll notice the view is blocked by a giant parking ramp and a smattering of hotels. Not fancy ones, but the kind that try to temper their bland mediocrity with the word inn. Days Inn, Comfort Inn, Quality Inn. The vast majority of American tourists, faced with this national embarrassment, head straight for the border. Things are different in Niagara Falls, Ontario. Along their riverfront, the Canadians have made parkland, a strip of violently landscaped formal gardens offering access to Canada's classic panoramas and regularly spaced snack stands. Above the park, perched on a steep ridge, is an area about 10 blocks square, packed solid with hotels, casinos, souvenir shops, observation towers, and franchise restaurants. There, on Clifton Hill, Niagara's street of fun, you're hit with a loud, lurid onslaught of over 40 attractions. You have the IMAX Theater, the Guinness World Records Museum, Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum, the Movie Land Wax Museum, the Niagara Sky Wheel, Dinosaur Park Mini Putt Golf, and Ghost Blasters, a haunted house merged with a laser tag game. The ghosts spook you, and you shoot them. The 2 Niagaras wink at one another across the gorge, the contrapuntal faces of globalism. On the Canadian side, the monotony of our worldwide monoculture, the proliferation of malls and brands and franchises proclaiming globalism's intent to make every town look the same, from Benares to Boise. The soul-sapping